Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're an agency owner, you absolutely know that rush of pushing a brand new website live, right? It's a great feeling. But what happens after the champagne is popped and the launch is actually over? Well, all too often, it's just crickets. Total silence, at least until something breaks. So today we're talking about how to flip the script. We're going to look at transforming those one-off website projects into sustainable, recurring agency revenue. Okay, let's dive into this.
Here's our quick roadmap for this explainer. We'll be covering the myth of the launch, why maintenance matters, essential plan features, tiered packages, and finally, recurring revenue.
All right, Section 1, the myth of the launch, busting the assumption that websites just work perfectly forever.
So seriously, what actually happens after a website launches? I want you to kind of put yourself in your client's shoes for a second. Businesses across Australia, the UK, the US, they literally rely on their websites every single day. I mean, their site is basically their 24/7 salesperson. It's generating leads, processing inquiries, and building that all-important customer trust. But here's the catch. So many business owners mistakenly think their website is just a static product, like a printed brochure that's just going to keep working flawlessly forever. But the harsh reality? Without ongoing care, even the absolute most beautifully designed site is essentially a ticking clock for technical errors.
To tackle this, we really need to define our solution. According to our source material, website maintenance is defined as regular updates, security monitoring, backups, performance optimization, and technical support to keep a website operating efficiently. So the main takeaway here is that maintenance is definitely not just fixing things when they inevitably break. It's actually a proactive, ongoing strategy to prevent things from breaking in the first place. It's about making sure that 24/7 salesperson never, ever has to call in sick. Moving on to Section 2, why website maintenance matters. Looking at the risks of neglect versus the rewards of nurture. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's at stake. Simply put, a neglected website is a vulnerable website. Software gets outdated, performance slows to an absolute crawl, and downtime spikes, which, let's be honest, actively damages a client's brand. On the flip side, a nurtured, maintained website stays secure, it stays compatible with all those new browser updates, and it's fully optimized for speed. Ultimately, this isn't just about managing code, it's really about protecting a massive business investment.
Now, you might be wondering, does this actually impact the bottom line? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. Think of it like a domino effect. When we implement regular updates, it directly leads to faster loading speeds, improved security, and significantly reduced downtime. And here's the real magic. That translates directly to stronger SEO rankings. Search engines will literally penalize slow, insecure sites. So by keeping a site healthy and accessible, you're not just playing IT support. You're actively boosting search engine performance and directly contributing to your client's business growth.
Okay, Section 3, essential plan features. This is what every business website needs throughout the year. If you're going to offer a successful maintenance package, it really has to be comprehensive. You've got to have website backups so you can instantly restore a site if, disaster strikes. You need active security monitoring, plus plugin, theme, and CMS updates to close any of those pesky security loopholes. You also absolutely have to include performance optimization, broken link checks, and uptime monitoring just to make sure the user experience is totally flawless. And crucially, you need to offer technical support and send out monthly performance reports. Those reports, they're an absolute game changer. They give your clients complete peace of mind that their digital asset is being professionally handled, and it literally proves your value to them every single month. Let's move to Section 4, creating tiered maintenance packages, and see how structuring solutions for different sizes and budgets builds over time. A massive mistake a lot of agencies make is offering just a one-size-fits-all maintenance plan. But the truth is, not every client has the exact same needs. A local mom-and-pop shop is going to require completely different support compared to, say, a booming e-commerce platform. By creating flexible packages, you're providing a super accessible entry point for smaller budgets, but you're also making it incredibly easy to upsell as your clients' businesses naturally grow and their needs get more complex.
So, what does this look like in practice? Well, a successful tier structure usually kicks off with a basic plan, which really just covers those essential, critical updates. Next up, your standard plan adds active monitoring into the mix. And finally, your premium tier is designed for those larger organizations that really need advanced monitoring, priority tech support, and ongoing active performance optimization. Mapping your services out visually like this gives clients the autonomy to choose, and honestly, it creates this really natural, predictable upsell path that generates stable, recurring revenue for your agency.
Which brings us to Section 5, building recurring agency revenue, shifting from one-off projects to long-term relationships. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it requires a pretty profound shift in mindset. Our source puts it perfectly. Instead of only working together during redesign projects, agencies continue providing value every month. Think about that. When you offer maintenance plans, you're establishing regular, positive communication. You're no longer just that vendor who built their site 3 years ago and vanished. You're their ongoing digital partner. This continuous relationship dramatically boosts customer satisfaction and is basically the bedrock of long-term client retention.
Let's go ahead and distill everything we've covered today. Offering maintenance plans creates this incredibly powerful dual benefit. For the client, it protects their security and performance, and it actively prevents those super expensive technical issues and downtime. But for you, the agency owner, it creates dependable, reoccurring revenue, meets diverse client needs through those tiered packages we talked about, and fundamentally strengthens those highly valuable long-term relationships. Really, it's the ultimate win-win scenario.
I want to leave you with a question to kind of chew on. Are you ready to deliver lasting value and build dependable recurring revenue? Because guys, every single website you launch without a maintenance plan is literally money left on the table. And more importantly, it's a client left totally vulnerable. So it's time to rethink the whole transaction model and really embrace the partnership. And hey, if you're looking for some expert support to actually execute this strategy, our source material highlights Intramind solution as a fantastic partner. They provide comprehensive maintenance services designed specifically to help agencies keep client websites secure, fully optimized, and performing at their absolute best. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. And here's to building sustainable recurring growth for your agency. Catch you next time.